The quaint, fog-shrouded town of Willowbrook had always been a place where secrets lingered, and the townsfolk whispered of eerie legends around their firesides. Nestled amidst the gnarled oaks and moss-draped homes was a sinister manor, a relic of dark times, where horrors of the past festered. But for Sarah and Michael, a seemingly charming couple, Willowbrook promised a quiet weekend retreat. Little did they know that their Airbnb, the Birchwood Manor, was the most haunted house in the town. When they arrived on that misty Friday afternoon, they were met with a facade of rustic charm. The Birchwood Manor stood proudly, its time-worn walls covered in ivy, and its shuttered windows evoking an eerie sense of nostalgia. The couple marveled at their find, believing that they had secured the deal of a lifetime. As evening descended, they settled into the manor, and warmth soon gave way to an unsettling coldness. Sarah's breath misted the air as she wandered the dimly lit hallways, her fingers tracing the patterns in the antique wallpaper. The creaking floors whispered secrets, as the manor seemed to respond to her presence. They lit a fire in the ancient hearth, seeking comfort from the growing unease that crept over them. Soon, an inexplicable chill passed through the room, extinguishing the flames, and leaving them in shadowy silence. Michael, with a nervous laugh, stammered, "Must be the draft, right?" The first night brought restless sleep, disturbed by unsettling dreams. Sarah awoke with a start, her senses overwhelmed by a strange scent, the pungent aroma of old books and decaying roses, a scent that clung to her every breath. Beside her, Michael lay in a deep slumber, unaware of her torment. The following day, their exploration of the manor led them to a neglected library, its shelves sagging under the weight of forgotten tomes. As Sarah reached out to touch an ancient volume, a gust of frigid wind erupted from the shadows. She heard a faint, raspy whisper, the ghostly echo of a name, Eleanor. Startled, she glanced at Michael, who stood nearby, his eyes wide with dread. Neither dared to speak of what they had heard. Eleanor, it seemed, was the spirit of the manor, a presence that had never truly left, forever bound to its malevolent history. As night fell once more, Sarah and Michael retreated to their bedroom, their earlier enchantment with the Birchwood Manor replaced by an insidious fear. They huddled beneath the covers, attempting to escape the unsettling presence that lurked in the corners of the room. The once celestial moonlight now seemed sinister, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Suddenly, a soft whisper emanated from the depths of the room, carrying an unmistakable message, "Get out." In desperation, they fled from the room, dashing down the corridor, fleeing from the chilling voice that pursued them. As they reached the entrance, the ancient door swung open, as if beckoning them to escape. But just as they believed their torment was over, the manor's atmosphere darkened. The walls wept blood, their footsteps echoed with eerie laughter, and phantom figures danced in the shadows. It was as if the very house had come alive with malevolence. Sarah and Michael were trapped in a nightmare from which they could not awake. Driven to the brink of madness, they clung to each other, their cries of desperation merging with the manic laughter that filled the manor. They were no longer guests, they were prisoners in the cursed house of Birchwood. The hours bled into days, as they moved from one room to another, the manor toying with their sanity. The spirits of long-dead residents whispered their tales of torment, etching their suffering into the couple's minds. In the darkest hours of the third night, Sarah and Michael found themselves in the library where they first heard Eleanor's name. They trembled as the ghostly apparition of a woman materialized before them, her eyes filled with endless sorrow. "Eleanor," Sarah whispered, her voice quivering with fear. The ghostly figure extended a spectral hand toward Sarah, beckoning her closer. In a chilling voice, Eleanor spoke of the malevolent history that plagued Birchwood, of injustices, and a torment that knew no end. Her plea was clear: end this curse. Release us. Desperation and fear gave way to determination. Sarah and Michael realized that they had to confront the malevolent spirits that haunted the house, to put to rest the tormented souls and end the curse that bound them. With newfound resolve, they delved into the manor's history, seeking answers that would free them from this endless nightmare. As they uncovered the hidden secrets of Birchwood, they were met with a series of trials and tribulations, testing their courage and resolve. With each challenge they overcame, the malevolent presence grew weaker. The house released its grip on them, and, one by one, the tormented spirits found peace. Birchwood Manor, now cleansed of its malevolence, stood silent and empty. In the end, Sarah and Michael had not only survived the most haunted house in town but had also unraveled the mysteries of its cursed history. The manor, once a place of unspeakable horrors, was now free of its haunting past, a testament to the enduring power of human determination in the face of the supernatural. The dawn's first light broke through the heavy curtains of the Birchwood Manor, revealing a transformed, peaceful place. Sarah and Michael had succeeded in their quest to confront the malevolent spirits and release the manor from its cursed history. As they stood in the now sunlit library, the room seemed to glow with newfound warmth. The dark, oppressive atmosphere that had once weighed upon them was gone. The spirit of Eleanor, the tormented resident who had first reached out to them, had been the key to unlocking the curse's hold on the manor. The couple knew their work was not done. With the malevolence banished, the town of Willowbrook would change. No longer would the sinister reputation of the Birchwood Manor cast shadows over the community. In gratitude, the townsfolk began to share their own stories of the manor, stories of families who had lived there in peace, long before it was tainted by darkness. As Sarah and Michael settled back into their own lives, they knew they would never forget the horrors they had faced in Birchwood Manor. Their own connection with the spirits that had once tormented them had transformed into one of understanding and forgiveness. They had given those lost souls the opportunity to find peace, and in doing so, they had found a profound sense of closure themselves. Birchwood Manor, once the most haunted house in town, was now a place of quiet serenity. Its cursed history had been replaced by a new, more harmonious chapter. The couple had not only discovered the depths of their own courage but had also played a pivotal role in reshaping the destiny of Willowbrook. The spirits that once clung to the manor were finally free, and the town's whispered legends were forever altered. Willowbrook would never forget the couple who had dared to face the malevolent forces lurking in the Birchwood Manor. Sarah and Michael had not only survived the horrors of the cursed house but had also given the town the gift of redemption and peace. Years passed, and the couple's experience in Birchwood Manor remained etched in their memories. They had emerged from the harrowing ordeal with a newfound appreciation for the fragility of life and the resilience of the human spirit. Their bond had deepened, forged through the trials they had faced together. Life had returned to normal in Willowbrook. The town flourished as tourists flocked to visit the once infamous Birchwood Manor, no longer haunted by its dark past. The stately manor had been meticulously restored, its halls filled with the stories of families who had once called it home. The manor, now open for tours, became a beacon of history and a testament to the resilience of those who had the courage to confront the supernatural. As the years passed, Sarah and Michael became active members of the Willowbrook community, dedicated to preserving the town's history and keeping the memory of Birchwood Manor alive. They shared their experiences with those who were curious, serving as living reminders that the supernatural was a force that could be faced and conquered. Their story became a source of inspiration, particularly for the youth of Willowbrook. Sarah and Michael often spoke at local schools, recounting their harrowing encounter with the paranormal. They encouraged the young students to embrace their fears, to confront the unknown, and to seek answers to the mysteries that plagued their town. They were living proof that even the darkest of secrets could be unraveled with determination and courage. The couple's story of survival in the most haunted house in town became a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the face of the supernatural, the human spirit could prevail. It was a tale that transcended the boundaries of Willowbrook, inspiring others to face their fears and confront the mysteries of the world. Birchwood Manor, once a place of dread, had been transformed into a symbol of resilience and rebirth. The curse had been broken, and the town of Willowbrook thrived, free from the shadow of its dark past. Sarah and Michael continued to live in Willowbrook, their lives enriched by the knowledge that they had helped to reshape the destiny of their town. They had faced the malevolent forces of the most haunted house in town, and in doing so, had become living legends in Willowbrook, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit.